All right. And just not that it really mattered, but all right, Matt gave you access as well. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back. We just ended the Monday night game against the Ravens and the Colts, where I got my heart ripped out. I was 8.5 yards short of winning $1,000 parlay. But is what it is. Without further ado, we're going to get right into the betting. So, Overlord, take us away.
All right. Pretty good week for bet total. Mostly brought up by Gary and Chris doing the equivalent to 9 bets together. So we'll get into that, but I think this actually totals out as the highest bet total of the season. Currently listed as 60.
I can confirm. Yes, that does.
So let's get into it. We have us three in our choices. Matt will get over that, but I'll give you what O's because I already looked at it. Matt H doing the worst job this week, trying to gain ground and went the exact opposite. He owes 5.
No, you were wrong. I had Spear. You had Richie. You both idiots took Richie. I took Spear. I only owe 4. I had to fix that.
Sure you did. Okay. Matt still is the worst.
That's right.
4, not 5. He got 2 right. Carver, you owe 3, and I only owe 2. Spear repeated his foreskins win-loss bet where it was up to each foreskin to win their individual matchup. Only 2 of them accepted. That was Harris and Corey. Harris lost his, so he's going to owe. Corey won his, so Spear is going to owe. We got Corey's horse fight, Gordon versus Williams. I have Corey winning that with a 10.1 with Rashawn only getting 5.3. I forget who has who because I don't write that down. Special K challenged me to a card bet, Barkley versus Zeke. That worked out very well for me. Sort of worthless card in that all it is I can steal his draft pick choice. Like I take that as, if he's going to get to choose 4th of where he drafts, I can take that if I was going to have to wait till like 8th or 9th. So
right, yeah, that was my submission. So, on the prop bet thing after the Super Bowl, if you get last pick and he has 4th, like you said, you can now have 4th choice and he'll have last.
Yeah, Chris knows that, and we'll probably just tank it anyway. So, because he pretty much said that this weekend.
Drink one.
Okay.
Oh, there.
Yep. Oh, good. That's doing a 99.
I got to get rid of these. Real quick, I have only 3 of these left. And this one here is the espresso coffee. So
probably one of the more feared ones. So I totally own that bet because Barkley twisted his ankle like right off the bat after getting less than a point, almost a point though. And then so I win that. Then Matt Harris gets lucky and Hopkins outscores Kelsey. So Brashon owes a strikeout. I don't think he's going to complain much about having to do that. We had a kicker bet tiered. It had Chris, Special K Chris, Matt Harris, and Matt Nielsen ADF all taking place. Andy's team got an 11 out of their kickers. They owe nothing. Special K got 5. I double checked it. It still said 5. Is it 4 down to 4?
No. I'm saying I have 4.
Yep, and yours got 4. So Harris owes a shot and chug. Chris only owes a shot or chug. We got Matt Carver wins or loses between Matt Carver and Chris. Carver wins because two of his players scored half his points. Um, so Chris will owe another chug there. We got the Birds QB bet, which was looking bad for Matt because fourth place is a card. And it was a card that Harris has already lost on, which is the chug some syrup.
Yep.
So if I don't know how we were going to handle this if Kyle Murray didn't score that final touchdown pass off.
I figured it would have just been me chugging a thing of syrup and then taking another card because
Right.
that's what the loser would have.
You would have had
Fuck
to
you,
have chugged
Carver. No,
both.
I would not
You'd have
have
had to have
Carver.
chugged both
No.
bottles of syrup and still lost and still got another card.
it would have been this big.
But anyway, Murray managed to get one more touchdown pass in there to lift Harris into third place. Carver, you won that bet with almost 50 points out of Lamar Jackson. Nielsen got 22-ish out of I don't remember who. And Harris is third, and Bruchon will be fourth, getting that card. So as the overlord, I'm just going to say right now, I hope you're both making it to the viewing party because that would be the best time to do this card bet. So we'll have to make sure Bruchon gets that.
Yeah, we got to be there. I did get the official notice from work. My request day off from teaching was granted. So I will be at the viewing party.
Sweet. Yeah.
And,
Conversely, of you having the day off, that's the first day of my new job.
Yep.
yeah.
So what you're saying is you'll be there and not having any fun is what I'm understanding.
No. I'll be paying up all my drink bets. I'm just really glad I don't have to do Edward 40 hands at that party.
Right.
Or chug a bottle of syrup and yeah. Hey, real quick, while we're still talking about the viewing party, Rashawn, if you do come, I will bring the bottles of syrup for us to chug. It will be sugar free because I can't do that sugar.
Unless Rashawn wants his to be sugar.
I will tell you the size bottle I will find. It's up to you,
Yeah.
B. If you watch this, let me know.
Yeah.
Which you should watch this and like and subscribe.
Excellent.
I like it.
So now we got our 9-position bet between Gary and Chris, which is basically just a 1-for-1 across the matchup board of RB1 versus RB1, RB2 versus so on. They did add a little twist to this, so this will be hard to verify, like watching all the videos. But for every different one they lost, they have to do a different brand or type of alcohol for the shot chug. So Gary wins the quarterback one, so Chris owes. Gary wins RB1. Chris wins RB2. Chris wins receiver 1. Gary wins wide receiver 2. Chris gets tight end. Chris gets flex. They tie on defense. And as we know, tying's not winning. So I guess you both enjoy one there.
Yep.
And then the kicker goes to Gary. So Chris owes on that. So if I count that right, Gary won 1, 2, 3, 4 with a tie. And then Chris won 1, 2, 3, 4 with a tie. So they split that nice and even. So enjoy your 5 drinks of different types or brands of shots and chugs, 4 chugs, whatever you want to do. Have a great time. We have a wide receiver 1 and 2 bet between Chris and Spear. Chris wins this. Spear owes 9 ounces. Then we have Carver and Bill's Pitt wide receiver running back versus Kansas City wide receiver running back. With Carver getting 39-ish out of his pair and Bill only getting 14 out of his. So Bill owes a shot or chug on that. Then we have one that I wrote it down as I'm going to say it wrong, saying it wrong, but it's Lion, Tigers, and Bears. Mixon was supposed to be out all the way up until basically Sunday. When the bet was made where Corey just basically said he was taking P. Ryan, who outperformed Mixon anyway. But it does matter. So Corey I put it as P Ryan because that's what the bet actually says. Corey doesn't even have this guy on his team. Gary does, but so the actual order is Swift wins it for Bill. So Bill owes nothing. Number 2 for Carver. Corey with P Ryan would take second, and that puts Gary in third. If for some reason it's supposed to be Mixon, then Corey would actually be third and the other way. But in the text chain, it says P Ryan. So I put it as P Ryan. We didn't try to fix it or find out in the few minutes we had between the start of the games when it found out that Mixon was actually playing. So that's how the bet was stated. That's how I wrote it down. The other bet where this would come into effect, it doesn't matter, is the battle for Ohio, because Mixon or Perrine both would lose to Chubb. In fact, I believe you could combine them and Chubb would still outscore them. So Corey owes the shot and chug on that one. We have the Tiger beat, Tyler Boyd versus T. Higgins versus Jamal Chase, with Chase winning that one again. So Spiro owes nothing. Corey takes second in that one, and Bill takes third. I believe he's already even paid it. We have a QB tight end bet where Matt Carver, having Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, scored well over 80 points, I believe. I didn't go back to do the final math.
Wardrobe change. I like it.
Ninja Turtles.
But you were wearing that all day.
True.
Richie takes second, and I take third with a measly 21 and a half points to Richie's 46-ish. So all 0-2, Richie owes one shot or chug. We have a Jones versus Elliott between Chris Deering and myself. I win that one because Elliott got 26 and Aaron Jones only got 15. But Chris takes the next 2 bets between us, which was defense and kicker. His defense got 15, mine got 4, his kicker got 10, mine got 7. So each one of those was a shot or a chug. And then Special K, being as special as always, bet Matt and I that the combined score of Kansas City and Buffalo would be over 100 points, which was almost near double what Vegas odds had it at. We both very quickly accepted this bet.
I will say though, I did say, "Are you sure about this?" like 4 times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Special K was licking a window. So,
yeah, and then he filmed it, put it in the league, so it was official. So Chris, Special K, Chris, you super lost that bet. They only got 58. You owe 2. Thanks for owning your name so well, Special K. That is the bets. Matt, you want to talk about our actual pick'em results? Well,
yeah, so I'm gonna talk about pick'em right now. I did the worst, as Chewy said, and I picked 2 winners. I did pick Spear over Richie, and I did pick Nielsen over Gary, which we all picked Nielsen over Gary. I don't know what else to say. I looked at it this way. I picked up Myles Gaskin this week. I wasn't going to start Gaskin, but even if I had played Gaskin in the flex, I still would have lost to Rashawn because of that overtime touchdown that Hollywood Brown got there. So I can't be too upset, B. You beat me. So pick'ems this week. Since I'm in last place currently at a 10-14 record, I'm going to do my picks first. First matchup we have is Corey versus myself. And you know what? God damn it. I'm going to stick with myself. How stupid that may sound, I'm doing it. I'm going to beat Corey this week. So I have myself beating Corey. I have Spear beating Carver because God damn it. I know Carver's going to pick himself. And I have to go against Carver because I have to make headway. Then we got the battle of the noobs. We got Bill versus Chris. So Special K. I've been taking Chris. I think I've taken him every single time, and it only worked once for myself. So I'm going to lean towards Bill this time. Also, it helps that Daniel Jones, his quarterback, is out, and that his running back Saquon's out. So I'm taking Bill. Brashawn versus Deering. I'm going to go with B. This magical ride B's on. I'm running with B. Richie versus Nielsen. Richie comes back, gets himself a win after losing 2 in a row. And then we got Wookie versus Gary. I think Gary is going to remain at the bottom, so I will go with the Wolves with that. Now we should go with Chewy next. Chewy made some headway.
I sure did.
Chewy's got a record of 12-12 now.
Ooh, 500.
Carver is in the lead still at 13-10. So Chewy, you made the most headway. So you're going to pick next though, because you still have the second best. So Corey or Harris?
I will take Corey.
Carver versus Spear.
Dang it, I really don't want to pick Carver, but I'm going to.
You're going to.
I'm
Okay.
going to pick Carver.
Okay. Bill versus Chris.
Well, I mean, after the bets Chris made, I can't choose him because he's really owning his nickname. So I'll go with Bill.
Billiam. All right. Brashawn versus Deering.
You know, I'm going to choose Deering because he just beat me. And I just hope he just continues because that just seems like a good thing.
All right. Richie versus Nielsen / Faulkner.
Oh, man. I think it's time for a Richie win.
All right. And then yourself versus Gary.
Oh, man. I like choosing against myself, but it's Gary.
Do it.
Do what? Pick against myself or
Yeah,
actually?
pick Gary. Do it.
Pick against yourself and then sit enough people to lose so that Gary wins and you pick correctly. Because
I don't know.
beating me in this is more important than your record in the actual league.
Harper's onto something.
Well, so one, if that was true, then what I would do is just try to actually pick this one correctly instead of picking against myself.
Nope, nope, that idea. I don't like that idea. You should pick Gary.
But if I'm anything, it's consistent. So I'll choose Gary.
All right. And now Carver, your turn. Corey versus Harris.
Oh. Corey.
All right. Let's see. Yourself or Spear?
Me. Avi.
All right. Bill versus Chris.
Bill.
Deering versus Brashawn.
Now we get into some interesting ones. Chris Deering.
All right. Richie versus Nielsen / Faulkner.
The Nielsen Faulkner couple, are they a couple? It's a couple, right?
Yeah.
A couple?
Yeah.
All right, the
Yeah.
Nielsen Faulkner couple, and they're coming out of nowhere to upset this whole league, I think. So I'm gonna roll with them. I said a couple weeks ago that Richie was gonna win the whole thing. I think Matt Nielsen's team right now is the most dangerous team. If you really look at what he's got going on, yeah, he's the biggest the threat right now from the out of nowhere guys. So I'll go with him.
All right. Then we got Gary versus Wookie.
Oh, Gary, obviously. Nope. Chewy. I'll take Chewy all day. All right.
All right.
Third
So,
pick.
What's that? Oh, you're paying up? Okay. All right, so let's run down that real quick for the Corey versus Harris matchup. We got you two dickholes picking Corey. For the Carver versus Spear, we got you two dickholes picking Carver. For the Bill versus Chris, all of us dickholes took Bill. For Sean versus Deering, I am the only dickhole who took for Sean. Let's see, Richie versus Nielsen. Looks like there's two dickholes picking Richie, and that's me and the Wooks there. And then Wookie versus Gary. Carver and I are the dickholes there, taking the Wooks. And dickhole. I don't think I said it enough. I'm really hoping one of you just like pops up and like Kiwi Burnham and says, "That's the word of the day." Anybody?
We have a word of the day?
Isn't it dickhole?
Dickhole?
Yeah, like pickle, but dickhole.
Hey, look, yeah.
Uh,
I use it all the time.
Chewy. Root beer or butterscotch?
So aren't you gonna have to do both anyway?
Yeah, but I want to know which one I'm doing now.
Probably root beer.
Okay.
I mean,
All right,
the-
this is my second payout.
while you do that, I will explain the real torture you're in for, because unless Carver has figured out how to really extend the recording time, he has usually been just recording two different videos. So you may need to just do both of those right now because all the bets are over.
We're still doing
Yeah.
two videos. We're fine, but whatever is in the
I'm
most negative interest of Matt Harris is the thing that should happen.
yeah. So these will carry over into the other one.
Oh, shit, side.
Just saying.
How will anybody know? The other video has nothing to do with this.
True.
I'm just saying do both now. And
I mean,
that way it hits.
Change
And
clothes.
the other,
We'll change lighting. The ambiance will be different.
oh yeah. So yeah. While you're
That was
suffering,
the-
just get the other one down, buddy. Do it. Do it. Hey up like you're supposed to.
Swallow
That
like
was
a
the
big-
worst.
That's why I had you do it now. So butterscotch will be that smooth, sugary finish. Make you go to the bathroom.
Ugh.
All right. So nothing special about week 6 as far as I know. So it'll just be regular bets. While Matt sits there trying to suffer and get his last one down, I'll just
Doing my
extend
best
it.
De Niro.
Yeah, you're doing a De Niro. That does kind of have a De Niro face.
Yeah.
Deering
Right, so-
actually, because I took some bets with him, he's above, I see it. He's above double digits in bets. So the only person not above double digits in bets, assuming the tally is right. And I need to double check it because I was having a good weekend with the Harris clan this weekend. Is Nielsen. He is still at 8 total bets. Because he is averaging less than 2 a week. Barely. So this week, everybody please bet against Nielsen. Andy F's good about, the fun part is sometimes they both pay. So you're actually getting 2 people to drink if you can beat them in a bet. I'm not going to complain when 2 people drink for 1 bet.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, Chu, while you got that open, do I owe anything other than the 3 I already did?
I don't remember. Let me quickly scan it. So not for that. No. No. No.
Oh, I
No.
know a card for next year. Those fucking
And
fatty nines
no,
are gonna get
Carver,
people next year.
You won every bet that wasn't just picking winners and losers,
All right.
because it looked like most of your bets involved, well, a couple of them involved your quarterback, and then you had your pit stack versus the Kansas City one. That one probably unfair anyway, because
Both-
CEH.
Both of his Kansas City guys got hurt, so that was nice.
Well, and Kansas City just didn't do as good as you would expect Kansas City to do. So
They did exactly what I expected them to do.
Do you
lose.
think it's because Gary drafted Patrick Mahomes that he's doing so bad this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, except that I think it's the only guy getting Gary points, right? So if you look at Gary's this week, it was worse for Gary because Patrick Mahomes didn't show up as much as Patrick usually does. But he still got him almost 20 points. Like for being bad Patrick Mahomes, almost 19 points.
Yeah. And that was still better than a 5-0 Cardinals Kyler Murray.
Yeah. So
so a win's a win. I'm not taking that away. But did you feel good about that game? Because
no.
from a Niner fan perspective, I thought we played like absolute asshole and still in the game the entire time.
Yeah. So as a
we let you guys in that game the whole time. Like that's what the Cardinals got to figure out is how to just step on the neck, break the neck. But that's always been a Cardinals issue. That's a whole other hour. We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Niners went for it on 6 4th downs and we converted 1. Had we just
I know, I watched.
Had we kicked field goals or punted the ball, or I don't know, let our running back run the ball instead of our quarterback every time.
Hey, real quick, how are you feeling about this is to Carver? How are you feeling about your season-long bet about Trey Sermon since Elijah Mitchell is the guy?
I have contemplated begging for mercy and and asking Spear if he will let me take some kind of I don't know, an opt-out. But
an opt-out?
I mean not like an opt-out, but like I wave the white flag and let's just settle on 100 ounces and call it a day. But after careful consideration, I don't think any stipulations on that bet were it has to be paid up within a certain amount of time, because that's a year-long bet. It won't be figured out until the end of the year.
Hold up.
What?
Hold up. We have the overlord on my screen. He's below me.
Yeah, but he can't just make stuff up out of thin air.
Yeah, yes, he can. He's the overlord.
Here's the problem, right? It is clearly phrased as purely a drinking bet. Drinking bets, by definition, are paid up by Sunday's first game, excluding stupid out-of-the-country games. So if this settles, then you go into the playoffs. You would have to pay this up before the first. I won't give you a Saturday playoff game. It'll still be a Sunday playoff game, but it's a drink bet. You're going to have a week. You're going to have 5 days.
All right. What's like an average amount of points for a wide receiver in a year?
I don't know. Pull up a history thing. Mike, here's what I would recommend. If you're worried about it, just start drinking now. It's every week. Here's 12 ounces.
I have to agree with the books here because
can I
touchdown
start
every
paying
week.
up right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
absolutely.
Yeah. Because people, I've seen it, like Spear was doing it on ounce bets where he's like, I'm definitely losing. He was doing it this week before he knew he was losing it and started paying it. It's a season-long bet. If you want to start paying it, I'm not going to stop you.
It's Trey Sermon,
really
and Javonte Williams, right?
Yeah.
So Javonte has a chance if they stop giving the ball to Melvin Gordon. He has a chance to actually, at least make it a little bit smaller. But yeah, Trey Sermon with Elijah Mitchell there, I'm going to owe like 500 ounces just on that one alone. So
Wait, hold on. Real quick. Carver, you're the 49ers fan. What's happening in the backfield there? What's going on with Trey Sermon? Because I was all up on Trey Sermon, and now it's Elijah Mitchell, who is what, a 5th round pick?
So are you asking my personal opinion or what I've heard?
Yes. And
Okay.
both.
So if you've watched Trey Sermon run, like the first game that Trey Sermon actually got in, he looked like he had no clue what was going on. He just looked scared, timid, whatever. The second game, he looked a little bit better. But from what I've heard, Trey Sermon was like a John Lynch pick. Elijah Mitchell was a Kyle Shanahan pick. As in, Shanahan likes Elijah Mitchell because he fits better into the system, and John Lynch thought Trey Sermon fit in well. I think, and I don't know, throwing blame on this. The weird thing about it is none of the beat writers for the Niners wrote anything in favor of Elijah Mitchell all offseason. Everybody was saying how good Trey Sermon looked and how Trey Sermon was getting first round or first team reps and everything. So beat writers weren't in on Elijah Mitchell. Nobody, no analysts, no anything thought that Elijah Mitchell was going to be the guy in San Francisco. So the fact that Shanahan trusts him more than Trey Sermon blindsided literally everybody. But when you watch the games, Elijah Mitchell looks better. He looks more explosive, more decisive, more like he's the guy that should be in there. So
yeah,
I'm happy that they're going with him. It is not good for my bet with Spear. But hey, you win some, you lose some. We started this to just go out and talk some trash and have some.
I mean, I'm losing my Jalen Hurts Baker Mayfield bet right now, which surprises the hell out of me, but I am.
Jalen Hurts is in garbage time all the time, so he's just throwing. And they, because Gary owns Miles Sanders, they refuse to give the ball to Miles Sanders. So
that makes a lot of sense. We have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this video. I'm gonna go grab my whiskey from the fridge. So I did some
math. I did some math while we were talking.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So Carver, if you want to start drinking now, math-wise, the difference between Chase and Williams is already 50.7 ounces. The difference between Chase and Sermon is 71.6 ounces.
That's not as bad as I thought.
So combined, you're already at 121 ounces, 122 ounces.
That's only like that. That's like 10 beers. That's fine.
Yeah,
You got this.
nothing.
I'm not even scared, Carver.
And it's only week 5.
Only week 5.
I can
Hey, well,
basically triple that
Yeah,
and then add a little bit more.
you just have to buy at least just buy like a 20. Go to Costco, get the cheap. Do the thing I think they had at Coors when I did. Get the 16-ounce can. I think it's like 24. Actually, it might even have extra cans. It might be a 30-pack. I don't even remember. Just start drinking. You just got to finish it by the end of the season or the first week of the playoffs.
And I just started working out too. I worked out 6 days in a row, and I was feeling real good. And now I'm like, oh, cool. I guess now I know why I'm working out, because I'm going to be drinking myself stupid to pay up this
They have Michelob Ultra too at Costco. So if you need it cheap and less calories,
I will say, now, I'm gonna go with what the bet, how it's being done. But in my head, when it was all going on, I thought it was Trey Sermon and Javonte Williams points combined versus Jamar Chase.
Well,
Yeah.
even if they're combined, you're still down by 30.
Oh yeah. No. And I'm not, I'm gonna pay up for the way it's written, Chase versus each of them individually. But when everything was going down, I was like, oh yeah, that's not so bad. I can add both their points together and it'll be okay. But
so I actually copied the verbiage from Spears Text where he lays it out. Because when I was watching you guys do it, I was like, man, what is he saying? And then he gives an example. And so I wrote it and I was like, okay, yeah. So that's why in the log, it literally reads out, it is the difference of each individual play.
yeah. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to dispute that at all. I probably just was like in such a state of hubris at the time where I was just like, screw it, let's go. I'm right,
Yep.
you're wrong. I'll take on all covers. But,
Yeah.
Did you get that shot?
I saw you do it.
No, I didn't see you do it again.
The Overlord saw it. We're good.
Well, I mean, it's on a recorded video.
Yeah,
So.
we're really quickly running out of time.
Yep.
So, any last words, you guys?
Let's get to the fucking other video. Fuck.
Well said.
What?
Well,
Such language, you cusser.
yeah.
No Santo.
Now YouTube,
John Gruden this next? What's happening?
YouTube is going to demonetize my channel because of that.
Oh, man. Not a kid's show, that's for sure.
I subscribe, Carver. I subscribe.
I appreciate that.
Pretty sure I did too, but now I'm on it. So why?
Hey, well, I'll talk about the thing in the next video. Thanks for tuning into the betting channel, and we will see you in the next video.